What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Somebody's Mama podcast. We're your host, Nicole,
Indra.
and this episode is episode 76. Come on now, we are inching every week closer to 100 episodes.
Yeah, that's crazy to say. That's really crazy. But we are we're
It's
we're super close.
Yeah, we're super close. And as always, thank you guys for watching or listening. We really do appreciate it. We have much so much fun stuff to talk about today. So, Kendra, let's just get it started. What have you been up to? Where have you been? You know, Kendra just be jumping on the plane, y'all.
Um, I ain't been nowhere this week. Um, so I think I told you guys in the last episode that my husband was out of town. My kids were sick. My kids were homesick like 3 days last week. Um, so that was rough.
Yeah.
Um, and so when my husband came home, he ended up getting sick from the kids as well. As
Oh,
you guys can hear my voice, like I got over it like last week, but I have like this lingering cough.
yeah.
So I had to do a lot of editing out of last week's episode because I was like constantly coughing. But yeah, so it was like that was, it's always a long week when your kids are sick and then my husband was sick, so I had to like kind of take care of him and like but thank God everybody is better this week. Um and I am on week 3 of the gym, so yay me.
Okay, consistency.
Yeah, so I mean I missed a couple of days last week because the kids were sick, but I'm actually like looking forward to it now. Like I feel like the hardest part is like getting in the car, but I'm actually like really enjoying it. I was telling my husband today like there's these ladies at the gym that I kind of like want to work out with, but I don't know how to approach them because um I always see them working out together, but I'm like I don't know if it's like a training group
Mm.
where one of them is a trainer and like, it's like a little paid situation. I'm not sure. So I just be like I
What
just
you
be
be
like
saying?
smiling and waving at them, like hopefully one day they'll invite me in. Because child, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I go do my little stuff that I seen on TikTok or whatever. And it's kind of, it's a little intimidating to go like where the weights and stuff are because there's
Yeah.
always people in there like, doing the most. So I'm still like getting my footing together, but I am like enjoying it. Like I really am enjoying it. So that's been fun.
Is the
This week,
group there? Sorry, is the group there the same time every time you go?
yeah. I
Oh,
literally see them the same time every time I go. So I'll be like, and then this other lady, I kind of like locked eyes with her today because I think she's noticing too, like she's seeing me more often.
mhm.
So I'm not up on gym culture. So I don't want to like,
Yeah.
overstep or anything. But if they ever talk to me, I'm gonna ask.
Listen, when you can make you a little friend at the gym, it goes a long way.
Yeah, because like they were all gathered in a corner today, like doing because I always want to do like the little free weights and stuff, but it's always so crowded and I'm just like by myself, so I don't want to like be in the way. And so I saw them today with like the little bell, like the little kettlebells, and they was like doing squats and stuff. I was like, I should go over there and grab one and see what they say.
You're like, I'm part of the team.
Right, do you guys mind if I join? So yes, I thought that was kind of funny, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll make a friend one day. I try
Well,
to get
also,
go.
regulars notice regulars. So if you keep going, you're going to end up.
That's what I said too. I said after a while they're gonna notice that they're consistently seeing me because I'm pretty sure they see people come in and out all the time and then they fall off and they never see them again. And so but I've been having fun like just being there. I turn on my little shows and I like to watch if I watch something while working out, I like to watch something that's like high action.
Hmm.
And so I've been watching the Blacklist and it's been crazy stuff going on. So I just be on the elliptical like, dang.
You'd be there like, okay, you part of the show.
And then I drink a Celsius before I go. That's been like my pre-workout.
Hmm.
So I've been having fun with it. So that's been exciting for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. So how was your week? Oh yeah, I didn't do nothing this weekend. Like
You was just chilling.
chilling. Hmm.
So we had family over the weekend, which was
Hmm.
really cool because they were from out of town and the
Yeah.
kids got to see their cousin, and we
Aw.
just we just had a ball, but it just started raining. Like
Oh yeah.
the rain was really on my nerves, and my husband was of course out of town,
Hmm.
and so it was really just a laid back. Oh no, the time change.
Oh honey,
Monday
it got me.
school, well, forget about it.
It got me too. It got me too. I was like Sunday. It really got me. I was
Yes,
like,
Sunday,
okay.
yeah.
I was like, okay, wait. Oh, I did go somewhere. I went bowling with my friends in LA, so I had to drive back from LA. And I planned to go to church on Sunday. I didn't make it. The time change like really messed me up.
No, the time change was a hot mess. And then Sunday night, oh my goodness, I got scared that my daughter's appendix was her appendix was having issues.
Oh no.
Out of nowhere, she's just like, my tummy hurts, and she was like bent over in pain.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my goodness, is this an appendix? Is this like I'm freaking out.
Yeah, you going for the worst.
Yeah, my husband's out of town. Then she finally calms down, and it's 11 o'clock at night. I was
Oh
like,
my
ain't no,
gosh.
we're going to school on Monday.
Y'all didn't make it.
No, we didn't make it, but this time I made sure to call it out so it wasn't
Yeah,
a truancy or whatever.
right. Yeah, you
So,
gotta call. You gotta get them excused absences.
and then you know what? When I called that Monday, I felt like the lady was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
y'all
clear it. She was like,
overslept.
yeah, I'll clear it.
Right.
And
It's
then,
like, yeah, we got a lot of these calls today.
yeah, then my other teacher, I gave her a reason because I was worried about the appendix too. Like we went to bed late, but I was also concerned about Audrey's appendix.
Right.
But the next day, today, she was like, yeah, a lot of people just didn't flat out make it.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it's rough.
it's
Like
rough.
Bryson had a really hard time. He did not want to get up at all. And then like like no, like we try to wake him up early as possible so he can have time to wake up, be refreshed, eat breakfast, and be good. Child, that baby was not trying to wake up.
Yeah.
He was leaning on me. He was like, he wasn't even trying to eat his breakfast. Like he was trying to get back in the bed. He was pissed. Like my
Yeah.
husband was like, I tried to put him in the car, and he just like put all his weight down and like just drooped to the floor. He was not happy.
And even today, I was like, forget it. I knew my son had a sub,
Uh
so
huh.
I was like, forget it. You're gonna be 15 minutes late, and Audrey, you're gonna be about Audrey not that late, 10 minutes late.
Hmm.
But I was like, forget it. There's no way you're gonna be on time, and you got a sub, so I'm not even tripping. You just need to get
Right.
there. You just need to get
I
there.
just got to get there today.
Yeah. No.
That is funny. Yeah, I forced myself to go to the gym today. I was like, okay, just go, girl. You already up. Just go. Like, put your clothes on, get in the car. Like, I have to talk myself through it. Once I'm in the car, turn on my music, pop open that Celsius, I'm ready to go. But
That's
getting in the car is the hardest part.
No, I saw this video over the weekend where the guy was like, you know what you need to do to lose weight? You need to 10 to 15 minutes consistently go for a walk. He was like, if you can't get out of your house and take 10 to 15 minutes for yourself to go for a walk, ain't no way you're going to lose weight.
I mean, it's true because it's about the discipline. Like,
Yeah.
that's the bare minimum. That's the easiest thing you could do.
And so
So, I
I
mean, they
walked
do
in the
say that
house.
if you, huh?
I walked in the house for 15 minutes.
Synchronize your watches and walk around for 15 minutes. No, I mean they do say if you walk 30 minutes a day, then you'll like maintain a healthy weight or whatever. So, but I'm
Oh,
like
good
the
stuff.
way this weather is, it's raining right now.
Yeah.
Like, and the rain was vicious today when I picked up both kids.
Yep.
Like, it was just out of control. I was like, I don't want to get out the car.
No.
And Bryson, he loves the rain. So he's like, I walk up to the gate and he's just laughing, putting his face all in it. I'm like, let's go.
Right, listen, get in the car. My daughter's school, I have to get out and walk her to class. I be looking any kind of way. I be like, look, I got sandals on, I don't care.
In the rain.
Anyway, we're gonna get you there and get you back.
I'm crying. I did have on Crocs though, I ain't gonna lie. I had I had socks on, but I definitely had Crocs. Crocs and socks.
Mm.
All right, so
Mama moments.
mama moment. What's my mama moment?
Okay.
Okay, so Bryson, he is like he's 3, but he's very small. So he has smaller hands. So we've been doing really good at our house with like him not being able to open up the doors like to places he's not supposed to be
Mm.
because his hands are small and he couldn't wrap his hand around the knob to turn it. So if we go somewhere and they have like the handles, he loves it because he could just bust in and out wherever he wants to go. But at home, we haven't really had to baby proof like the doors and stuff because, he couldn't turn it.
Yeah.
Well, his hands are bigger now.
Oh.
And he likes to do things like go in my bathroom. He likes to turn both of the handles onto the bathtub. And he likes to play in the water and like, have a good old time. Like the other day, I just let him do it. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
He was soaking wet. Like he had water everywhere. And then he goes, opens the shower because he's like, I'm all wet, so I'm gonna go take a shower. Like he's just so Mr. Independent now. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to do because I'm not used to this. Like
He's like, I do.
before,
Okay.
yeah, like we would put him in his bed, he would just chill and stay there. Now he's like getting out of the bed, like he's just going to do whatever he wants. He's opening up the door, like just taking everything, taking the towels out, like just having a ball. So I went and bought the little safety knobs for the doorknobs. He was pissed.
He was like, what is this?
He was so upset. He's like, I just got to open the door. Now you're gonna put these little things on here. I ordered those things right away because it's like it's a safety hazard. Like you can't be up in here like just doing whatever. Like if I need to go to the kitchen or whatever. So and he bust in on my husband during a meeting today. So
Wait, what?
so my husband is on a Zoom meeting like with a new client and Bryson
Oh my
I
goodness.
was in the other room, but I heard him open the door. I start running, and then I got to the door, and my husband, he's still talking. Like, so what happened was I hadn't put the things on the doors yet. I had them, but I hadn't put it on. Bryson busted open the door. He only has like a t-shirt on, like no bottoms. He runs in because when we get home from school, I take all his clothes off
Oh
because
my
I don't
god.
like to bring in the germs from the school in the house. So I take all his clothes off. So he just has like a little t-shirt on. He has his iPad and he runs in the office, swinging his iPad around. And my husband's like, yeah, so like the projections of the da 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 da. Da." He just keeps talking. And then he finishes his sentence, turns off the screen real fast, and I like grab Bryson. I can't show you guys right now, but like we just got a Peloton in the office. So he runs behind the Peloton and I have to try to like fit behind there to get him. It was
Oh.
a mess. So I said, okay, I immediately put the little latches on the doorknobs so that he can't get in. And now he's pissed that he can't get in. But yeah, it's a mess. Like we're adjusting to him being able to just freely roam about wherever he wants.
Oh my goodness. I love the independence, but at the same time,
We gotta reel it in.
we gotta reel it in. We need some boundaries.
The way he busted through that door, I was like mortified. Like he's on a Zoom call with his camera on,
Oh
And he stays, he's so professional, he just stays into because he's probably hoping like, okay, Bryson's short, so maybe they won't be able to see him. And he does like the little background thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they noticed. I don't think they noticed, but child was like, I'm not running in the camera. They're gonna see me.
Like, I'm gonna pop in, okay?
Right. They're gonna see my head go whoop, little baby, whoop.
The braids just going.
Yeah, swinging through the thing, like, oh Lord.
Mm,
So yeah.
that's hilarious.
How about you?
So, like I said, we had company over the weekend, and I was basically watching 4 kids, okay? My
Mhm.
3 kids, and then one extra kid, okay?
Right. Mhm.
And so, my mama moment is after the child left, Austin was like, "Yeah, mom. No, 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 no. The night that she spent the night, Sat-
Uh-huh.
Saturday night, he was like, Mom, 4 kids is too many. It's too many. It's too many, Mom. Four
It's too
kids.
much.
Yeah, he was like, 4 kids is too many kids.
He's like, if you had any thought of having
Yeah,
another, go ahead and get rid of that now.
yeah. He was like, it's too much, Mom. And he was like, Mom, is this what it's like to be an adult? Is this what it's like?
Was he like helping you out?
Yeah. So he helped me
Oh,
a lot because there's stairs and the other child wasn't used to stairs.
right.
And she was fast, okay?
Yeah.
And she could run. She was a runner, okay? And so I have Rai who's 2, and the other child was 2 as well.
Oh my God, God bless you.
So I was thinking about those people that have 2 kids and then twins.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I was like there was times where I would have both of them like this, like in my arms, because they're 2.
Yeah,
Oh no,
and they're
about to
lit.
turn 2. Yeah, Robert's about to turn 2, but
Right.
it was a lot. And so Austin really had to step in and like grab one and I grab the other, or take
Yeah.
them outside, and he would play with them outside and have them running back and forth outside.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so funny because I told him, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give you extra time when they go to bed to watch TV.
So you can relax
Yeah, so you could relax.
because you had a long day.
Yeah. And then when I went to put the last kid in bed,
Mhm.
um I kind of took a second, calm her down, let her get some sleep, and I come downstairs and I'm like, wait, where's Austin?
Knocked out.
Girl, he said forget it. He just went to his bed and went to sleep.
He was tired. Baby was like, listen, I had to sign up to be a father.
And I used that moment to tell him, yes, Austin, this is why you want to like get married first and then
Mhm.
have kids, because it's a lot of work.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, it's a lot of work.
Oh, that's hilarious. He's like, yeah, four is too many. It's too
Yeah,
much.
he was just like, force too much. It's too much. It's too many. It's too many kids. It's too many
He
kids.
was over it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like, you're in a class of like 22 kids every
He's like,
day.
not 2-year-olds.
Yeah. We're 8. We're 8.
Yeah, we're mature.
Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness.
That's cute.
But
Okay,
yeah.
girl. So tell us about. Okay, we're gonna do hot topics.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot the hot topics, but we got to talk about the Oscars.
Gotta talk about the Oscars. Nicole was on it, you guys. If you guys aren't following Nicole, go follow Nicole, okay? Because she was coming in live and she was coming in hot, honey, and she was giving the play-by-play. And I was all in because I didn't watch, but I was all into the hot takes.
So many of you are not going to know, but for a couple of years, I had a fashion blog, okay?
Mhm,
And I used to be able to give my hot takes all the time. I worked at a celebrity showroom
mhm,
and I would style people and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I haven't been like in the styled world as much, haven't been really paying attention to the red carpets. But for the Oscars, I just said, you know what?
I'm gonna get in my bag.
I'm going to get in my bag and I'm just going to tell the people the truth here. And I think I'm going to go back and save it. So by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be saved on my page because so
Yeah,
many people enjoyed my recap.
yeah, that's a good idea.
But the red car, I've even thought about putting it on YouTube. But anyways, the Oscars red carpet, something that a lot of people don't know is that celebs sometimes they're trying to get on the worst dress list. Because,
Mm, you could tell.
yeah, because attention is everything. Okay.
Right.
Two, sometimes celebs will have a lot of options on what to wear,
Mhm.
and they think that they should decide what they're wearing because it's going on their body.
Mhm.
But
Instead of
most people,
listening to the experts.
yeah, when in actuality, they should listen to the stylist and say, because the stylist is there to tell you that looks good on your body, that doesn't look good on your body. And so, anyways, I'm gonna put mine back up. But really, the biggest hot take from the Oscars is really Angela Bassett, because no
Yeah,
matter what everybody wore on the red carpet, she got snubbed. Okay.
she did. She
And
really did, and it was sad to, like, see her face, like
it was disappointing. You know what Sherry Shepherd said that I thought was hit it right on the nail is that everybody kept, so she said celebs do not like being told that they're the front runner.
Yeah.
That she's going to every interview and says, how does it feel? You're about to be an Oscar winner. How does it feel? You're about to be an Oscar winner,
It's like
over.
you jinxed me.
Yeah, for weeks. And then the camera gets on her and she's sitting there.
And she's like clearly confused because these
She's
people
like,
keep telling her she the Oscar winner, and she was like, "Okay." Everybody else is like, she was like visibly confused.
and then poor Jamie Lee Curtis, she won, but everybody was just kind of salty about it. But
Yeah.
good thing she
And
had
I
a
don't even think it was
speech.
necessarily about like, oh, this specific Oscar. It was just like, dang, she's like long overdue.
Yeah.
Like, and y'all pumped this up so much for her just to not get it still. And it's just like, okay, come on. Like, how
Like they
long are
used
we
it,
gonna do this?
like everybody was watching just to be able to see her win.
Yeah. Yep. It was sad. I love the moment though with Michael B. Jordan and I don't know the other guy name.
Jonathan.
I know you're over them. I know you're over them. You said it. But I love the moment, the hey auntie, because
Yes, that was, yeah, yeah.
it's a very famous line.
Yes.
And I think it was a good like shout out to her from all of us.
Yeah.
Like we see you, we love you, we appreciate you regardless of what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like you still won in our eyes. And you know what? While we're here, why no I found out why Jonathan had that suit on like that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was an ode to something Franklin. What's the guy? Oh my god, now I feel bad.
Uh
Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin?
Not Benjamin. Oh my, okay, I can't think of it right now. Anyways, he wore it as an inspiration to, I forgot the guy's name, Franklin. And then I was
Uh-huh.
really upset because you go to the Oscars red carpet, and then when you go to the variety party afterwards, you always change your outfit.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't get the memo.
He had the same outfit on the whole night.
He had the same outfit on the whole night. But Michael
He's
changed.
new to this. He don't know.
Michael changed.
Yeah, he should have told him, like, hey,
He,
bro,
and
bring
that's how
some
you know
extra.
they're not real friends.
Well, no, they're on a press tour.
No, yeah. They're on a press tour. They're not real friends because how you let your real friend come up there in the same outfit?
That's the stylist job though, right? Like you should know, like his people should have been on top of it. But yeah, yeah, because he probably assumed like you ain't got no outfit. Like, what you doing? But his people definitely should have been on top of that. Like,
That
have
was
you
reckless.
never watched an award show? Like,
Yeah, that was reckless. That was real reckless. That was just, oh my gosh, that irked me. But yeah, and then I thought Jimmy Kimmel did a good job. I really did.
yeah, I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Well, I thought he did a good. I thought he did a good job. He made a joke about Will Smith, and I thought it was,
Oh, I did see that.
yeah, and it wasn't. I didn't think it was anything crazy. I thought it was simple. He had to. It was the elephant in the room.
Yeah, for sure. I think he did a good job with that. It was like you said, it wasn't nothing bad, wasn't nothing too crazy. So
Yeah, it wasn't nothing too crazy. So I thought he was okay.
yeah.
And overall, oh, and then you know what else I thought was a beautiful moment?
What?
We can go, but you know the guy that played Elvis in that Elvis movie?
Sure.
I didn't see it, but he was sitting next to Angela Bassett.
Uh-huh.
They predicted to him to win Actor of the Year,
They set them up.
and they were holding arms like this. They were
Oh,
like holding. Angela was like comforting him while his nominations were going up. His nomination was going up.
did he win?
No,
Oh man. They set
he
them up
didn't.
for that. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, they did that on
Y'all,
purpose.
y'all set them next
It's
to each other
so
so y'all can see in the
messy.
camera and see the two losers. Like that's messed up.
They did that on purpose. Yeah.
That's messed up. Okay, so we're gonna jump into today's topic.
Yes.
And if you guys don't know, Nicole and I are the glorious age of 35.
Yes.
And we wanted to just kind of like, we were like just chit chatting, talking about, where we are now and where we were in our 20s. And so we kind of just wanted to like weigh in on 25 versus 35. And I ran across this cute little article. Um, and the blogger's blog site is Hot Mess Life. And she kind of like broke down like 25 verse 35. So I'm just going to read off a couple of these before we get into our 25 verse 35.
Yes.
The first one, which I thought was hilarious, is at 25, you take a nap before you go out so that you can stay out until 5 a.m.
Facts.
At 35, you take a nap before you go out and then wake up at 8:30 a.m. the next day. That's facts. Like, if you want me to go somewhere like late, we have to get it started at 6. Like, I got to be already at your house getting ready or something. Because if I'm at home
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to start getting ready at like 9 o'clock, I'm not coming.
No.
Like, I'm just not coming.
Like, because then it's 9 o'clock, and then by the time we get there, it's 10 o'clock. But time it's 10 o'clock, then I'm eating at 11 o'clock, and then it's 12 o'clock. I need to go home.
Right. Yeah. I'm not, unless like I'm on vacation or like it's something where it's like a hotel stay situation, then maybe you can get me. But like if
Yeah.
at my house, no.
No.
Another one was at 25, Sunday activities are wake up at 1 p.m., go to McDonald's for hangover food, and maybe Denny's. At 35, Sunday activities is wake up on time for 11 a.m. brunch reservations due to the nap you took last night. Oh,
Okay, because I'm gonna go to bed early to get to brunch. Okay,
right, right. Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
go to bed.
see.
I'm gonna go to bed early to get to brunch.
Right. At 25, you can still go out 3 times a week, YOLO, right? Before you have a bunch of kids. 35 goes out 1 night a week, maybe, takes 3 days to recover after said night out of debauchery.
Listen,
And that's a heavy on the maybe on the once a week.
sorry. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, once a week. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like who is doing that? Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Okay. 25 best friend trips are planned in a matter of minutes. Cabo in July. Woohoo! 35 best friend trips take 6 months to plan, must get permission from husband, secure childcare, coordinate with work schedule, etc. Oh, wait, shoot, I can't that weekend. I work.
That's
I
my
don't know
life.
about all that,
That's
but
my life right now. That's my life. We got asked to go to a wedding in the fall in
uh-huh,
Cancun, and they think that giving us that much time is helping us out to plan it.
uh-huh.
And we're like, we don't know what's going to be going on in our lives all the way in August, September.
Right.
We don't know. We don't
Right.
know. And it's like 4 days. They want us to fly out on a Thursday, come back on a Sunday. And we're like, who's going to watch our 3 kids for 4 days? And we're just like, we want to go to the wedding, but we can't even wrap our minds around it.
It's a lot, especially with 3 kids, because like it's a lot of planning
Yeah.
because you're like, okay, first of all, who gonna watch 3 kids for 4 days? Then Like, what if somebody gets sick or like
Uh,
it's just so much to think about. And it's happened to us to where we've planned that far in advance. And the person who's supposed to watch the kids got sick.
yeah, that part.
Yeah. And so one of us just had to stay home.
Yeah.
And so it sucks because it's like, especially these days, like life just gets crazy, things happen, things change. But what I can say about that is just plan it anyway, get insurance on the trip. And if you have to cancel, you just cancel. But plan it because, at the end of the day, it's like you deserve it. And you do have time to like build up to it, whether it's, you know, one of the days have one of your kids go spend the night at this person's, kind of like split it up so it's not all on one person. Or if you just get a little emergency, a random magical amount of money, just take the kids with you and bring a babysitter.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. It's stressing us out though because we're like, because if you're not used to watching three kids, it's a lot.
It's a lot. I
Like
remember
I
when
was,
we
I thought because I had three, I would be good with four. Like I thought four would be a breeze.
that's what people say, like, oh, it's just like throwing another one in the pot. No.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah. That's why when we went to Europe, we didn't go for that long because we were like, that was the longest period of time that we've ever left the kids with my parents.
yeah,
And my kids got a lot of energy. My parents are getting older, and it's like, I don't want to leave them for 10 days. Like, that's a
yeah,
long time.
a long time.
And I think we did 6 days, and we were still nervous about, of course, they were fine, but it's just like, you don't want to, you feel like your kids are your responsibility. Like, you don't want to put off your kids on anybody for that extended period of time. But
Right.
yeah, girl, it's a challenge. Okay, so that is actually one of the challenges on our list. But
Yeah.
let's get it cracking on 25 verse 35. I'm showing my age talking about let's get it cracking.
I know. Well, this is what's the bomb. Okay. No.
All
In
right,
the
kick us off.
okay, in the 25s, something I miss about being 25, first of all, is when you needed a good old snapback to lose some weight,
It didn't take much.
it didn't take a whole lot. It
I
didn't take
mean, you could drop 10 or 15 pounds like in a couple of weeks.
yeah. Like you could just drop it. Like even if it
Remember
was just
that 3 day? Oh, I used to do it all the time. The 3 day diet where it was like you eat like a boiled egg, um, um, a saltine cracker and cheese for like lunch, an apple. You ever did that diet?
I seen it, but I mean I did lots. I would do the where you just ate one meal a day.
Yeah. I
And
did the 3 day thing so many times when I wanted to drop 10 pounds. Whip that thing out and it worked.
it worked every time. Now, forget about it.
And what about the fact that I always thought, I don't know, I've always been heavier. But back then I thought I was just like so fat. I would kill to be that size.
Okay, same here.
Are you
Same here.
kidding me? Like, what?
Yeah, same here. Same here. I thought I was just like I just thought like, oh, I don't know, I got a stomach. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like, I didn't have no bottom belly.
Yeah.
And I just thought my stomach was so big. And my best friend used to tell me off all the time, like, "You're not even that big. You're not even that big." And I thought she was just like trying to be a friend.
Yeah.
I look back at pictures like I really wasn't. Like I was a nice little size. Like,
Then you
the
look at the photos and the photos you just be like,
like I was so cute. Now it's like, looking back at all our little clubbing photos, and I'm like, and I had a bodycon dress on. Like, what?
I would love to put a body count
Are you kidding me? We
on.
wore bodycon dresses every weekend.
Okay. Forever 21, just get a new one.
Yeah, literally. Literally. Okay, another thing about my 25s, or when I was 25, I would say just less responsibility. Like, I think my rent was like $500.
Oh, yeah.
Like my car note was like 250.
Yeah.
And I was just, it was all about me. I could do whatever I wanted. Like I could go on vacation. And I was still very like frugal with my money. So when I wanted to do something, I always had the funds to do it. Like what they were saying about let's go to Mexico. Yeah, let's go to Cabo. I can pay for it right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so just being responsible for myself.
And even like when you were just responsible for yourself, even when it comes down to like going to restaurants, like when you go to restaurants and it's just you just like, yeah, order it up. When
Right.
you go with
And
a
then
family of
back,
4 or 5, you like, oh
right.
my goodness.
The whole family, like, dang, like you could ball out, order drinks, just get whatever. Yeah. What's another one for you?
Okay, so in my 20s, I got married really young. So I think I got married at like 22. So
Mhm.
in my 20s, what was really fun is my husband and I could just get up and go.
Yeah.
So I was telling Kendra, we would go to the casino. We would have a ball at the casino.
Hmm.
We would go, um, be there till 1 o'clock in the morning, decide it was too late to drive back, book a room, get up the next morning and drive to work. Like we just got to a point where we just pack a the next day outfit.
Yeah.
We were like, you know what? When we get off work at 5, we're gonna just go straight to the casino and play poker and just have a good time. And then we would finish and go spend the night at the hotel and then drive early in the morning and go to work. Like, what?
Yeah.
We would be in Vegas. There was a time when our parents thought we had a casino addiction because we would just up and go to Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that was the time. Like me and my friends would do the same thing. Like, you want to go to Vegas this weekend? Like, find a cheap room, drive down. We didn't care about driving. That's a major difference between 25 and 35. I'm not driving to Vegas. Like,
Oh, I'll still drive.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not ashamed to
See,
say it.
I don't like the flight to Vegas because there's too many air pockets.
I
It's,
don't care. I get
it's
there safely every time. Thank
but
you,
it's too
Jesus.
many. It's too many air pockets. It's too many air pockets.
You know what I can't do? I actually don't mind the drive to Vegas, but what I refuse to do is the drive back. So I
Really?
think I think the only time I've done like that where we drove there and flew back was my best friend's bachelorette party.
Mm,
Because even by that time, I think we was already pushing 30. So it
wow.
was like, listen, we're not doing that 7-hour drive back home because of traffic. Like
Wow.
everybody's miserable, everybody's tired. Like, no, I'm not ashamed to say it's above me. If I do drive, because I absolutely had to. Like there were no flights, I had to be there, or I don't know, but I'm just not driving. I'm not doing it.
We leave early. That's probably what it is too. So like
I do
Sunday,
too. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind. I don't mind the drive there because there's usually no traffic, like no issues. The drive home, unless you're driving home on like a Tuesday where there's not a lot of people like coming home, but usually when we drive home, it's on a Sunday. And if you're listening and you've ever driven home from Vegas on a Sunday, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
no, you
It's
just leave early.
miserable.
You just leave early. We would leave at
No,
like 6
what
in
do
the
you
morning.
mean? Everybody's still on the road. I've
No,
done it. I've done it at 6, I've done it at 7, and then I waited all day and tried to do that. No.
at
Mm-mm.
3 o'clock. No, I guess we just got lucky then because we would
Yeah,
literally get up at the crack of dawn and be like, we don't want to be in that traffic. Everybody get up. We don't want to be in the traffic. And the last time we told the kids, we're like, we're gonna get y'all up early. I just want you to
yeah,
know, go back to sleep when you get in the car. But we
right.
do not want to get stuck in that traffic because we got stuck in it before. And then we're talking about this for a long time. I'm sorry, you guys. We can move on to something else. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Bad
Uh,
taste in my mouth, y'all. Bad taste in my mouth.
oh,
um,
but-
What's another one? Okay, so I feel like just for our time period,
Mm-hmm.
when we grew up in our when we were 25, social media wasn't as big of a deal as it is now.
Yeah.
So that is something that I did prefer about being 25. We did have Instagram, but it was just like posting a picture. It was like, not nearly as any big as it is now. Facebook was a thing. Um, where it was literally like, what are you doing right now? People would literally post what they were doing. That's why when you go back and read your old posts, it's like, that's so cringy. Like, why did I
Yeah.
post that? But it's because it was a different time and you literally like in real time was like, this is what I'm doing. And so it wasn't curated, it wasn't fancy. It was like, oh, if you had you some people did have PixArt and like jazz theirs up a little bit, but it was no pressure. It was no
Yeah.
money being made like that. It wasn't, it wasn't a thing. And so I feel like it made it more fun
Yeah.
because it didn't have the pressures and the anxieties behind trying to curate this aesthetically pleasing whatever, trying to go big. Like it was just like your friends. Like you weren't trying to have like crazy amounts of people.
And you were literally posting your food. It
Yeah,
was
like what you
nothing
ate for
wrong with
dinner.
that.
Like if you scroll all the way down on my Instagram, it's like you see like food with bad camera angles and like weird
The
stuff.
line all disordered.
Lighting was terrible, but classic photos for
Yeah,
sure.
it was a good time. It was a good time. It was definitely a good time. I also would say in my 20s, even though I didn't have the pressure of social media, I feel like I felt like hitting 30 was such a big weight, and I feel like I just had a lot of pressure on myself. Like I just thought your life had to be what I thought was perfect by
Yeah.
30. Like I just felt so much pressure. And because I think I got married young, I
Mhm.
just felt so much pressure
Yeah.
because it's like I was the only person I knew my age that was married.
Yeah.
And there's so many reasons why not to get married that young, and you're having to just believe in what you feel is right for you in your life.
Yep.
And it's like once you got married, it's like, oh, are you gonna have kids, or you gonna, and it's like even when you're young, that the pressure of having kids starts right away.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we didn't have kids right away. I'm
Right.
very happy about that.
Right. Yeah, no, I remember 25 was the goal to get married. Like
Yeah.
people used to say like, I'm gonna be married by 25, have my first kid by 27. Like, and there was this pressure of like once you're reaching that threshold of like, okay, you need to be in a serious relationship. I feel like 25 was the pivotal moment where it was like, okay, you had college and then you had that period after college where you had time to like party, have fun. But once you're approaching 25, it's like you need to be getting serious with
Yeah.
somebody and like on the road to marriage because you had to stick to the plan.
Yeah.
And I just remember like the talk in your friend groups was just like so centered around like, at least in my friend group, there was a lot of talk about being married, especially with my church friends. It was just like 25 is the golden year, like everybody's getting married. And then at my church, a lot of people started getting married around that time. Like a lot of the people that were getting married around that time when I was 25, they were older than me.
Mm.
But it's just by a few years, and so that was like a big talk, a big thing, big pressure to be married before you're 30 and have your first kid before 30 or by 30 and like,
Yeah. It was a lot of pressure.
a lot of pressure for sure. Um Another one that I would say for myself was my knees were better. Like you
Oh
could
my.
just you could hop out the bed, turn your swag on.
Okay. That's
And you
what.
would be fine. Literally like hop out the bed, like and be fine. And like nothing is cracking and like you know, back aches and all that stuff. Like, I don't know. I miss my old knees sometimes.
Yeah. I was just telling Josh last night, my knees stiffed up. I was sleeping, and I was like, oh my goodness, my knees, my knee. And the other day, I had to look up workouts that were like not too much pressure on your knees
Yeah.
because all them squats, ugh, girl.
Right. Right. I was doing a little leg kick thing today where you like lay down and like you kick your leg and my knee was literally popping. I was like, oh, this is not safe. This is
No.
not safe. Like, what do I do? Like, I feel like there wasn't as much talk about your body physically changing when you cross over 30. Really, when you reach your 35, because like 30 was cool. It was like you felt a little bit a shift. 32, 33, 34, 35, honey, it just started gradually like getting worse. It's like, okay, I got a little sciatica, little sciatica, little
Oh
knee
my
butt
god.
company. Now my hip, like, wait a minute, this is too much. Then
Okay.
throw in there, you didn't have these kids, so everything really just shifted in your body, and so I feel like that's a huge difference in like, 25 is like you going out dancing every weekend. Like, at least for me, like when I was in college, like we went out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And
It
we
Even Tuesday, even a Tuesday
yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes on a Tuesday, and we danced. Like it's not like how it is now where people just stand around. No, we danced.
Yeah.
And we went out.
It wasn't no TikTok.
We weren't doing TikTok dances, like we were like working it out. Okay.
Okay.
And
Wow.
so maybe that's why our bodies are so up.
Maybe that's why. Maybe
We
that's the
did too much dropping
too
down and getting our ego on.
too much power block and drop it.
Pop, always had us popping something and dropping something. That's
Yeah.
why our knees is bad to this day.
Yeah. I think we're on to something.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, crossing over to do you have anything else for 25?
No, I think that's good.
So crossing over to to 30, 35 side, it kind of goes back to the little things we read in the beginning from the blog, but the turn up is not real anymore,
No.
or as real, I should say. It was always like, oh, the turn up is real all the time. Like, like we were just saying, Thursday through Sunday. Like, no, turn down.
Turn it down. Simmer it down. In fact, turn it off.
We're turning up for birthdays.
Okay.
Like that time
um,
period of birthdays is the turn up. Like I start the birthday season in my friend group and it ends in September.
okay.
So April through September, that's when the turn up is real once a month.
Oh,
Skipping June. Nobody's birthday. Skipping May and June, I should say. My husband's birthday is in May, but skipping June. The turn up is real for at least once a month. You can count on that. A nice brunch, maybe a out of town trip, maybe a little weekend vibe. The turn up can be real, but it's real in different ways. Like I said, we're doing day parties, we're doing brunch, we're doing dinner. Not,
oh,
the turn up is not how it was looking at 25. So it,
yeah.
it is different. I am somebody who likes to function with my friends and stuff. I do like to go out. I like to have fun with my friends. It just looks very different.
Okay, see, listen. My turn up is at home.
I'm about to say her turn up is very different than mine.
Very different. It's at home. The movie, there's the wine. Things I look forward to is an ugly Christmas sweater party.
You You should have one this year so I can come. I was
Okay.
I was really mad that I didn't go to any Christmas parties last year.
I didn't either, but I was thinking about throwing one. I was actually thinking about throwing one this
You
year.
definitely should.
Yes, I'm really thinking about like ugly Christmas sweater party. That's what I look forward to. I look forward to drinking at home and watching a movie. That is,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just wearing whatever I want to wear.
Mhm.
I'm in my pajamas. I have a blanket. I'm talking to my husband. I'm talking mess. My husband
You know,
will, huh? My husband will just have finished making tacos,
yes. Those are
and
my favorite nights too, though. Those are my favorite nights. Like, the best part of the day for me is like after dinner is made, the kitchen is clean, me and my husband are sitting down on the couch watching our shows. Like, that is my favorite thing to
yeah,
do and favorite time of day. And I told him today, like, I'm like, I was thinking about it yesterday. It's a blessing when your husband is your favorite person.
yeah,
Like, don't tell my best friend, but my husband literally is my favorite person. Like, we have the best time doing absolutely nothing or doing the grandest things. Like, you know,
yeah. And we've said, okay, now that Arai's getting older, we are gonna venture outside
hmm
and start doing some more things. And I'm trying to get more out there. You know,
yeah,
but I get so I'm one of those people that, like, if I do one thing, it's like it takes all my energy, and then I won't do another thing for like another 2 months.
yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah,
Like, that's okay. That's another thing that we talked about in 35 is like, we ain't trying to impress nobody.
yeah.
We don't care.
We don't care.
We do
We
not
don't
care.
care
That's the difference between 35 and 25 is like, we do not care.
at all. We just don't care. And you know what? I think it's because you realize, like, in your 20s, you thought people cared, and then you realize, oh no, like, nobody cares.
No, like, it's all in your head.
Yeah,
Like, you feel like people are worried about you and what you got on and what you said and da da da. Da. And it's like the people that do care, they don't matter.
yeah,
And I feel like in your 30s, you realize, like, well, why do I care what they think?
yeah. What do I care?
Yeah, like, I've kind of always had the mentality of like, I know who I am. And if you don't agree with that, then oh well. Cause my mom always like kind of instilled that in me.
Yeah,
But I feel like going through college and like things like that, you do start to care a little bit about like what people, because I feel like sometimes people can either prey on you where they're like trying to paint a picture of you to other people, or because if they see, like, I've experienced this where people see that you're a genuine person and for some reason they want to prey on that and they want to like try to convince people of otherwise. And so then you feel like, well, that ain't me. I gotta like defend my honor. But now
yeah,
it's like, girl, I don't care. Like, I know who I am. The people who love me and care about me know who I am.
yeah,
So, like, you sound like a hater. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when you get older, you kind of like sift through those things to where it's like, okay, why am I exerting this much energy into this when it really, at the end of the day, it does not matter.
yeah. And I
So,
think that goes to just like, you get older, and when you figure out that those people are like that, you
mhm.
start to create boundaries, right?
Yeah, separate yourself. Like, you become wiser. Like, at 35, I feel like you're much wiser if you want to be. Some people aren't, but like,
If you want to be.
if you want to be, like, if you look back at your life and you want to be better, you will constantly get better the older that you are. If you evaluate yourself, evaluate your life experiences, and have the desire to push forward, like, you'll come to these conclusions that we're talking about. But
Yeah,
if you're still in a place of people pleasing, or which is something that's really hard to get over if you're a people pleaser, you have to really put work in to like overcome that. But when you become aware of who you are and where your faults are and like things that you want to change about yourself and you put those boundaries in place, like Nicole is saying, like, you can elevate to a place to where certain things just really don't matter,
right.
and you care less about people's opinions or perceptions of you that aren't real, you know?
Exactly. I feel that to my core, because it's crazy the amount of different things people will put on you, like perceived to you, and you could just be like, how did you come up with this whole narrative of
Yeah,
what do you
where did that come from?
what do
And you know
you
what I started doing? Because sometimes I feel like we also let things slide. Like,
yeah,
if someone says something and they interpreted what happened wrong, I started correcting them and saying like, No, that's not what I was saying. I was actually speaking of X, Y, and Z. So this is what I was saying. Like, you get me? Making sure they understand my perspective and what I was talking about, because you can say something to somebody verbatim and they hear it completely differently because of what they were already thinking in their mind. And
Yeah.
so I've been in conversations where people have basically, you know how you say like people put words in your mouth? Like they literally put words in my mouth. And I'm just like, no, that's not what I was saying. I was saying X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I feel like that's another thing at 35. At 25, I would have just been like in my head, like, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
But at 35, I learned to speak up for myself because I do care about you delivering the information correctly.
Yeah. And at 25, somebody were to do that, I would just laugh it off and walk
Yeah,
away. And now I'll be like, well, no, I was, no, like,
that's
no,
not what I said.
no,
Because what
that's not
happens is, yeah, because what happens is, people will run with things.
yeah.
And like, as long as you tell the truth, I don't care. Like,
And you know
say
what's
what I
weird?
said.
When people run with things, they will have the nerve like a year later to try and run it back.
Right.
And you're like,
That's
I
why,
know.
yeah. That's why
You
it's
are,
so important to, if you can catch it, help them get it right the first time. Cause they'll run with that same narrative. Like, I've been in situations before where somebody else had said something and
yeah.
they went off and told other people that we said it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we didn't say that. You said it. Like, that's
Yeah.
your opinion. Like, I don't
Exactly.
care. I didn't give an opinion because I didn't care.
Exactly.
You gave your opinion and I didn't say anything. So maybe you thought that my silence was agreement, but it was not. So let me correct you.
And that's why, again, that's why I don't have a lot of friends, because I'll be tired.
Yeah, it do be work sometimes. It do be work.
It
I
takes
ain't
a
gonna
lot.
lie.
It takes work. It has to be it does take work. And I was like, you know what? I'm not in a place where I feel like I could put that work in. But now I'm like, okay, I can correct somebody.
Yeah.
And
I
you know
mean, and
what?
it's a simple task at this age because normally the other person will be like, "Oh, my bad. Like I didn't, I heard it wrong or whatever." So it's
Yeah,
not like a huge thing, but for if you're someone who cares, like for me, I do care about um how people represent me.
right.
So if you're gonna go tell somebody I said something, I do want you to have it correct because I'm a
Yeah.
very honest and forthcoming person. So I just want you to get it right. I don't care if you tell them, just get it right.
I'll be like, what? I'll be like, what? How you come up with that? Tell me. I want to know.
Okay, what's something else?
Okay. You know
That
what?
kind of goes under clear boundaries, like what we were talking
Yeah.
about.
Something that I am now in my 30s, I just feel so much like gratitude and like appreciation for life.
Yeah,
Now at this age, we have seen people just not make it home safely from just going to work.
we've
And
seen
just
so much.
I'll never forget in in college, my husband was like somebody this is my husband's freshman year in college.
Hmm.
And it was like no, it was November.
Hmm.
His first year in college, my second year in college. And I remember it was Thanksgiving break. And he
Hmm.
was like, oh my goodness, my friend from high school, she was driving up north to see her family and got in a car accident and passed away.
Hmm.
And as you get older, like that's when we were 18, 19. As you
Right.
get older, you start to realize like just coming home, all your family being at home, all your family being safe, like
Hmm.
you just don't take that for granted. You just
Right.
feel just so much like gratitude and appreciation just to like get home safely.
Yeah.
And
And
like,
yeah, go ahead.
no, that was it. I would just feel like just yeah, to just get home safely.
That's so true. Like, especially now, like these days, like the craziest things happen throughout the day, and you hear stories like literally every week
Yeah.
of people passing or something tragic happening, or some of it I equated to like, okay, we're older. So things things in life happen more. So like we're older, our parents are older, so some of our classmates' parents might begin to pass away, or um, grandparents begin to pass away, because that's just like the circle of life. Like the older you get, you notice more of these things happening more frequently because we're all moving with time. But
Yeah.
also, we're living in a time where the police brutality is at an all-time high, where there's all these toxins in our food, and cancers, and like it's just running rapid. And then we went through COVID, and like
Yeah.
just so many tragic things that are politically happening. And like, day to day, the news is bombarded with crazy things happening. And so we live in a different time period too, where it's just like crazier than ever before. And we just hear about so many tragedy on a daily basis, and it's in our faces because we
Yeah.
have on our phone, and like we're getting alerts about Amber Alerts, when it's like before it's like, oh, you're driving on the freeway and you see something, and now it's just like popping up on your phone in the middle of the night. And
Yeah.
so um I just feel like at this age we are closer to just seeing all this craziness happen, and it does make you be more aware and grateful for this the life that you have, like wherever you are in life.
Yeah. Like
Like you
wherever
can
you
have
are.
more appreciation for what you do have, or just having your family with you. Like you said, like I feel like our appreciation level has changed because these things are more in our faces. Excuse me.
Yeah, because you realize like, no, you can lose it all. Like it and it's just like things happen in such the blink of an eye. Like you can have everything one day and everything can crumble the next. Like it just makes you just walk in life just thankful and appreciative and grateful and just happy for what you do have and like what just I feel like so many times, especially with hustle culture,
Hmm.
like make the money, do this, make the money, da 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 da, hustle, hustle. You can sleep when you're dead, all that, right? And then it's like, wait a second, I'm trying to accomplish, I'm trying to grow, 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 but what about what's currently in front of me?
Yeah, and it makes it so real when you see someone your age or younger leave here.
Yeah,
And you start to think, like, I feel like that's why we're hearing more about soft life, and
yeah,
about people like, no, I'm gonna work smarter, not harder. Like that hustle culture is kind of fading. People are trying to work smarter and not harder, because you look up, your life has passed you by. We're seeing people in their 30s having strokes and heart attacks, and
yeah.
like this crazy stuff happening. Like suicide is at an all-time high because of the stress and the pressures that people are putting on themselves or others are putting on them, and like just constantly looking at what other people are doing and just like putting that pressure on yourself. It's like not worth it.
It's
And
not.
I feel like at this age, we've seen so much. Like,
Yeah,
just with us being millennials, we've experienced a lot. And
a lot.
so I feel like just being 35, it's just a whole different outlook and perspective on life. Like we are speaking for myself, it's like I am more appreciative of life. I am more conscious of, or I should say more I don't know, like, not, I wanna say choosy, but that's not the word, but like, I am more selective on the things that I engage in and the things that I don't. I'm not saying yes to every little thing. Like, I don't have FOMO as much as I used to. Like, I am, because I was that person was like, I wanted to be invited to everything and I was going. And
Yeah,
and I still enjoy, like, going and doing, but, like, now it's like, I don't have FOMO no more. Like, will gladly watch you from my house on Instagram and be happy you're there and showing pictures so that I can see everything that
yeah,
happened because 'cause I'm nosy. Like, but I don't have to physically be there. Like, if it's raining outside, if it's anything unsafe possibly gonna happen, I'm not going. Like like,
like
my perspective is just different because life.
yeah.
Like life is
I'm
constantly,
so grateful for that.
huh?
I'm so grateful for that mind
Yeah.
change. When you're not grateful for what you have and you're constantly living in the future,
Mm-hmm.
you just always feel the pressure of the future of something you don't even have. And it's like,
Yeah.
why am I excuse me.
And you could, okay.
I'm over here getting sick. I can feel it.
And it's like, also you can let a lot of good stuff pass you by, like just not focusing on your own lane and like thinking about right now it is hard. I would say it's hard at our age for our age group, you know, because there are people our age that are multimillionaires and younger. Hello.
Yeah. Okay, them
Uh,
young ones, they out here drop shipping and all types of crazy stuff.
right. And it's like you kind of have to just stay focused on where you are. You got to be
Yeah.
grateful for where you are because it's always someone worse off than what you have going on, and we're all just one little clip away from God knows what. Like Nicole was saying, we've seen people gain it all and lose it all twice at our age.
Bankruptcy's like nobody's business. I had no clue. I've had at least four people or so that I just thought were just doing amazing in business. People I thought were just killing in business. I can name two, three off the top of my head.
Mhm.
And then recently they just said, yes. So I've had two, they just like people are being more transparent.
Way more transparent, and I think it's a great thing that they're doing that because it kind of like will help people take the pressure off of themselves and say like, okay, it ain't perfect, like they're showing you certain things, but it ain't always peachy keen. Like at 35 to have two bankruptcies, and like, but guess what, you also get to see them rebuild.
Yeah. And that's why they would share. They're like, I did bounce back.
Hmm.
But it's like you think to yourself, they were in such a rush to success,
Hmm.
which caused them to get those bankruptcies because they were such in a rush and like just they weren't planning smart.
Yeah.
And it makes you realize like, oh no, this thing called business, you should never rush it. You
Yeah.
should take your time. I mean, not crazy take your time, but like you should
You gotta be on your own journey, on your own
yeah,
timeline, whatever God has for you. Because sometimes, a lot of times, when you rush it
yeah,
and you don't do it in God's timing, that's when you see those things happening.
yeah,
And it's like sometimes you gotta take a step back and listen and kind of like, okay, see how things are panning out. Like, are you forcing it?
yeah,
Are you pushing it? The issue where it's like things are constantly falling apart in front of you, so and giving you an opportunity to redirect your energy and
yeah,
your focus to, and if you went back and looked and like skimmed through everything and make sure everything was in order, you might catch something that could save you a drastic loss later on. So like when these things are happening, you gotta like kind of like listen and be in tune so
mm,
that you can see what's going on, and
exactly.
we can save ourselves from these things happening. Sometimes they're a part of your journey, and
What
they're supposed to happen.
What's crazy is sometimes you see these people and you just think like, oh my goodness, they're killing it, they're doing amazing, and then once you find out like they're on their second bankruptcy, you just be like, you're
What
not,
is even real?
huh?
You're like, what is even real?
Yeah, you're like, oh my goodness, you're not killing it. And to think like, oh my goodness, I thought to myself like, oh, I would love to have a warehouse like yours, and then you come to find out, girl,
And you sitting over there beating yourself up.
yeah, you were beating yourself up. Come to find out,
Yeah.
this this used PPP money to buy the warehouse.
But you know what's crazy? It's like 25 and 35 is a 10-year gap. It is a lot learned along the way, but we're still
Yeah,
learning, constantly growing, constantly evolving. We may have some things in our life that are aligned with what our goals were for 35, but there's still other things that we want to do. There's more to it. And no matter where you are in life, on your personal journey, it doesn't diminish anything that you've done this far.
Yeah.
Like everybody's journey is different. Everyone's goals are different. Like I may have crossed off some of the goals that may be on your list, but you may have crossed off some of the goals that are on my list. And
That's
we just all have our own journey and our own path, and that's why we have to stay focused on the path that God had ordained for us. Because when you're looking at other people's paths and you get off track, you're messing up your own path, because it's like if you stay focused and look straight, you'll get there. You turn left, you miss a turn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
it.
really hard.
It
It,
makes it longer, makes it
it
harder
makes
because
the journey so much longer because you got to make a U turn. You got to come back, got to reroute, and so we have to stay focused.
preach it, Kendrick. Go
I
ahead.
mean, it's so true. And this is something that you have to remind yourself because
Yes.
it's so easy to look. I do it all the time and I got to refocus.
And you know what the thing is tricky about it? This is the thing
Mhm.
that's tricky about it. No matter what business you have, whether
Mhm.
you have a business that makes 10,000 a year, at $50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, 20
Mhm.
million a year, every business, the biggest business in the world and the smallest business in the world, everybody has ups and downs.
Yeah.
And nobody gets away with having it just do
No.
because everybody is like this.
No.
There's
No.
nobody.
No.
And that's why there's brands like Chanel increasing the prices. You know
Yeah.
why? Because we refuse. because because they're like, oh no, more people can afford it, no, price
We
goes
gotta
up.
change the game. Yeah.
Because if more people can afford it, then they're gonna be going
It's
like
not
this.
exclusive. Yeah.
And they're not exclusive, and they're going to put themselves in a position where they're going to have more ups and downs. But no, if we keep increasing our price and keeping our brand whatever, then we can go do. But then if anyways, I can go on that forever, but
Right.
yeah, nobody nobody gets away with just going like this.
No.
Everybody goes
And
like,
it's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in life and
yeah,
family and whatever career you have. Like,
yep,
there's people who started med school with a certain group of people and they may have surpassed them and you're still on your journey.
yeah,
But your journey is your journey. You
that's it.
may be meant to be right where you are to learn something different because times are changing. Like the knowledge is getting greater. The you know what I'm saying? Like in every field, whatever field you're in, or even in your personal life, you may have looked at someone who got married 4 years ago, which was your goal, and they may not be married no more.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, that's oh my god,
Don't rush it.
don't
Don't
rush it.
rush it. There's people who set a goal to be married at a certain time and
Rush
they
it.
married someone because they wanted to have a wedding. They wanted to be married. They didn't wait and listen to God on who they were supposed to be with, and it didn't work.
Listen,
Or they
we
weren't ready.
we at the end of the pod. Not a lot of people are gonna be listening right here at this pod, so I'm gonna go ahead and spill
We
the
can
tea,
be real.
a little bit of tea, because there's not a lot of people here. This might get clipped. This might not get clipped. Listen, if you made it this far, I know somebody who wanted just to have the wedding so bad
Mm.
they didn't even sign the marriage certificate and purchased the home in their own name.
And for social media, you would never know.
No, because on social media they have the last name.
See,
See,
this is why you cannot take everything for face value. You have to
nope,
live your own life. Do not live your life for people on the internet
nope,
because what you see is not always real.
it's not. It's not.
It's smoke and mirrors, especially when they throw it in your face every 5 seconds. Like,
Yeah,
God, listen, you want the path that God has for you so
that's
that
it.
you can do it once and one time only. Don't force nothing. Don't get down on yourself. Don't beat yourself up about it. I've seen so many success stories of people who got married in their 40s, still had children,
Yeah,
multiple children,
yeah,
and the things, God just aligned things up right for them the way that they needed to be.
Yeah.
So you got to live your own life. You live your own journey. The best thing that you can do is get in tune with the Holy Spirit and let Him lead and guide you into where you're supposed to be. That's the best advice I could ever give anybody.
And that's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all. Just do it. Allow the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you, and He won't never fail you. Okay. We
And
thank
even
y'all so much for listening to this episode.
yeah, because that's it. That's all. Okay. Listen, if there ain't nothing that you ever listen to this podcast about, let the Holy Spirit lead you. That's
I
it.
never tell you a lie. I never tell you a lie. Let the Holy Spirit lead you. And I'm trying to tell y'all because it's so many people that force stuff where it's like, bruh, now you know, don't do it. Just don't do it because you're gonna pay for it later on. And the best thing you can do in your time, this is for the ladies who are still waiting. The best thing you can do, I know people get tired of hearing this, but it's real, is work on yourself. Work
Yeah.
on your relationship with the Lord so that when your time comes, you're ready.
Yeah.
And you're ready to receive it all. And you're so ready that it can happen like this. Because I've seen it.
Me too.
I
Me
have
too.
have seen it happen in real time. Okay. I'm trying to
You know,
tell y'all.
that's how one of the reasons why I felt like I met my husband, because I was just listening to the Holy Spirit too much. I was young and I was I was in prayer. I was listening too much. I was following too many directions. I was acing the test.
It
Okay.
got snatched up at the tender age.
Yeah. Cause I was following by the book. Okay. But
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it with the intention of like finding a spouse that young. But sometimes I think about it.
Because that was your story. I mean, everybody's story is different. Every
Yeah.
story is set up with its own set of challenges. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's going to be perfect just
Yeah.
because you did it, you listen to the Holy Spirit. Now, I ain't telling you it's going to be perfect. It
I
is
ain't
not going to be perfect.
not over here. We're not
It's
telling you.
no, not over here either. It is not going to be perfect. It's not
Yeah.
going to be like, ooh, like, I don't know. People just have this fairy tale, this fantasy of like,
What it is.
what it is. And there's parts of it that are a fairy tale that is just
Yeah.
beautiful and whimsical and just magical. It's just like, oh, but it's still work and
Yeah.
it's still tough and it's still things that you're going to have to grow through together and like for yourself, whatever. We could talk about this all day.
Yeah.
But the main thing is just don't look at what anybody else have going on. If you're 35 and there's still things that you haven't accomplished, I'm 35 and there's a lot of things that I have not accomplished that I
Same.
would still like to accomplish that I'm constantly working on every day. And, I'm going to get there. I believe I'm going to get there. So we just have to have that kind of faith in yourself. And like, thank God I'm not where I'm at. Thank God I am not where I was at 25. Like, you don't want to be in the same place. Please. You want to grow, you want to evolve, you want to develop, you want to move forward, up and up and up and up and up, whatever that looks like for you. So I'm gonna stop talking.
We could talk about this for a really long time. So we have to do another episode where we just talk about it.
Right. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. Love you guys.
Love you.
Follow us on Instagram at Somebody's Mama Pod. And if you guys are watching on, I'm about to say Facebook. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about the episode. Share with a friend who you think could benefit from this. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.